the more basic ways of getting inverted. So all you're gonna do is get your belly on the floor, more of like the bottom of the push-up position. And then from here, you're gonna push yourself up. At the same time, you're gonna inch your way up using your hands and walk yourself up on the wall with your feet. So it's a simultaneous motion of both walking your way back with the hands and your feet. Now, the objective of this is to get your face as close to the wall as possible, maintaining a nice inverted position there, and then walk your way back. Now, if you're having difficulty getting completely close to the wall, of course, you do not need to go get your face too close. You can stay at an angle, maybe like a 45-degree angle of the floor, or whatever angle is most comfortable for you. Hang out there a bit, and then walk your way down. But what is important when doing this exercise is the ending position, meaning once we're in that inverted position, we want to make sure we're in a stacked position, meaning ears are past the biceps every single time, your head isn't craned up, your head is in neutral position, and our elbows are locked out and we're actively pressing, right? Let's also not neglect the on the way down portion of this movement. That will also train some stability and as well, and develop some shoulder strength as well.
So let's discuss this kick up to a handstand coming from a box or a small surface, a short surface that you can actually put your legs on. This shorter range of motion can actually help you or aid you into kicking up to that wall. Most athletes have a hard time kicking up to that wall because of the distance from the floor all the way to that wall. So putting a box or a sofa or anything that you can actually put your legs on and kicking up from that equipment or that surface can help you get to that handstand. What we want to see here as well, when you get to that handstand, you want to get your butt off the wall. At the same time, you want to get your head through, and you also want to think of pressing through those shoulders, keeping your arms locked out and extended. So for those of you who are already able to kick up from the floor all the way to the wall, but are not getting it consistently or constantly, what you want to try and think of is kicking a bit harder and thinking of bringing your legs into a curved or letter C all the way to the wall. So it's more of a swing back and up to the wall. So same thing as that box kick up to a handstand. Once you get to that handstand, head through in between your arms, pressing through those shoulders, and get your butt off the wall and squeeze your abs as well.
Handstand holds a slow negative. So at this point, you should already be proficient in kicking up to the wall and getting inverted. At the same time, you should already have developed some shoulder strength and some shoulder stability to remain in an overhead or inverted position for a decent amount of time. So all you're gonna do now is kick up into a handstand, and then from here, once you're there, we're gonna hold the inverted. So we wanna make sure we're in a proper stacked position, meaning our ears are past the biceps every single time, and our elbows are fully locked out. Also, we wanna make sure our back is in a neutral position, because the common mistake is when people in handstand tend to over-exaggerate the spine here. We wanna make sure we tuck the rib cage down, and we stay in a nice neutral position, okay? Once we've held for X number of seconds there, now we can think about a slow negative on the way down, just to kind of build some strength on that lowering phase or in that eccentric, okay? Because at this point, athletes do not have more or less the strength yet to press themselves up. So we're gonna develop that slow negative first on the way down to mimic that portion of the handstand push-up. And then from there, we're gonna develop some strength, and then eventually in the future, we can start pressing ourselves up via the kip or via strict.